What's happening? Soma over there, that puppy over there testing Soma, but this is also I'm testing Soma too. Soma usually don't rock with the puppies when they're around this age. It takes him a while to get warmed up to any dog, really. And while he's getting warmed up, he'll fuck you up. So, but that test right there, that Soma was eating something, he was chewing on a stick, and the puppy came over, and Soma will like kind of resource guard against dogs that he don't know or that he don't really fuck with. He won't do that for Gray. He wouldn't do that for Apollo or Moon. But he'll do that to these puppies or some dog that he didn't really know. So that was good. He passed that test. He did really good there. Yeah, Soma ain't a regular dog. He ain't just a dog bred for looks. He's a dog bred for purpose and a dog bred for action. He has a job. So him being that way, I'm okay with him, kind of being semi-aggressive towards animals that he doesn't know. And, of course, people that he doesn't know, because his job calls for that, and Soma does his job like a champion. So I ain't too mad at him. I gotta kind of use my own personal skills, my own dog skills to, look at that dog jumping into my chair. I gotta use my own personal dog skills to kind of navigate that without breaking Soma, without discouraging puppies, while keeping them confident, blah, blah, blah. And when you do things like that, you have dogs that turn out like Soma and Gray. Dogs that are in great shape, dogs that are in great mental shape, and dogs that perform like you never seen before. Well, maybe you've seen before, but dogs that perform amazingly at their job. And that brings me to my next point. What's up, Gray? You climbing in my chair? What's up with you? What you want? You coming in my chair? Come on. Get on my shit. But that brings me to my next point. I don't really like to talk about puppy prices on YouTube, or really even on Instagram, because that's not my reason for having my social media as far as my dogs go. My reason for having the social media is just so people can watch these dogs as they grow up, how they're bred, how they're raised, how they're worked, and just like see their real life and hey, so see my training methods, just some of those cool things that you don't necessarily get to see when you just are watching maybe highlights of something, or just kind of like a generic video. But so that's why I don't really talk about prices on here. But if you ask me, these puppies are not expensive, if you ask me. And someone who inquired asked why they weren't expensive, considering the dogs that are behind them. So someone chill out. So the dogs that are behind my dogs are known, and they are looked at the way that they're looked at because of how they perform their job, how they perform their sport, and just how they perform in general as a family pet, while keeping all of the tools that they need to have to be able to perform their jobs or their sports. And that's why those dogs are special. With what I'm doing here, I don't have dogs in this lineage that are popular for being popular, I should say, and that's okay, you know what I mean? So what I have to do is I have to start a breed community. I talked about this in one of my last videos. When you have a breed that is already established, and what I mean by that is for the last 20 to 100 years, people have been doing the work to make these dogs popular, to kind of write the story of these dogs, standards, what we're into, what we're looking for. You take a Rottweiler. People have been working those dogs for 100 years, building that brand, the Rottweiler brand. So it's easy to start your Rottweilers at a certain price. It's easy to start your German Shepherds at a certain price. You already have a breed community, and you already have like a standard pricing on how those dogs go. What I'm trying to do is start a breed community, right? I'm trying to find the best people that I can possibly find for these dogs. And in doing that, I do not want to take out good homes by overcharging them, right? There's somebody out there who will work the hell out of these dogs and will show how great these dogs can be, and I don't have to charge them $5,000 for that. Are these dogs worth $5,000? Absolutely. You couldn't pay me $5,000 for Soma. You couldn't pay me $10,000 for Soma. You couldn't pay me $25,000 for Soma, because what he does here, what he does in my house, is priceless. What he does to keep us safe, what he does to keep my yard safe, what he does in public, what he does on the yard. I mean, I can't put a price on that. You know what I mean? In order for you to buy someone from me, it would take a whole new lifestyle, right? I would have to it would take enough money for me to live a whole new lifestyle. So they're worth the money, right? As far as those things goes, but again, I'm trying to start a breed community, and I want to find the best people. Again, my dogs aren't super cheap. I mean, they're not $300 or nothing like that. But what I'm looking for in these first, or I won't say these first, because I've been doing this for a long time. Moon is 7, and I owned her great-great-grandparents. So I've been doing this for a while. But in these next few generations, I want to find the best possible homes for people who are actually interested in the direction of these dogs. For the most part, if I have 10 puppies, I'm hoping to find 6 people like that. 6 active homes, 6 homes that want to work their dogs, 6 homes that want to test their dogs, and 6 homes that I can get feedback from, and possibly 6 homes that I could probably use in the program, to the point where I'm not the one who has to breed these dogs, and they still kind of get their recognition as we grow. So if I can just do that for the next 3 or 4 litters, that sets me up for something great down the line. Those 3 or 4 litters could all be this year. You know what I mean? So by next year, prices might be different. That's unlikely. It's not likely that I'm going to have 3 litters this year, but it's almost. I'm almost 100% sure that I won't. But just kind of giving an example. But when you come and you're asking about pricing, I'm going to ask about your lifestyle, and you know what I'm saying, and try to see if you can help, push these dogs forward. And what I mean by that is just maybe just run your dog every once in a while. Take him hiking. Take him when you ride a bike. You know what I mean? Like how does he stand up to that? I don't want to know. I mean, I do want to know how they look. You know what I mean? But I don't really care about some of those more cosmetic things about the dogs. I want to know how the dogs are performing, because they are performance-bred dogs. They are bred to perform. So I want to know how they're performing. And it doesn't matter. Like I said, it could be any task. You look at Soma, he looks like he's just doing guard dog stuff all the time. But no, Soma will fetch. He'll swim. He'll catch a frisbee. He'll hunt. He'll do the flirt pole. He'll do the spring pole. He'll run next to me on a bike. I mean, just so many things that I can do. So many things that Soma can do to enhance my quality of life. And those are the things that I want to know. How the dogs are standing up to your standard, as far as like what you look for in a dog when you come to either get or ask about one of these puppies. So the homes that I have, the homes that have my dogs now, I get a lot of good feedback from this current litter, the last litter, the litter before that, and the litter before that. 3 of those litters are Moon's litter. This is Soma's first litter, but I'm getting good feedback already on these dogs, and that's what I do, and that's what I'm here for now. Because if the breed can't start off great, then it's going to end fucked up. I mean, you see what's happening to a lot of these breeds that started out fucked up. They started out now. I won't say fucked up. Okay, he didn't really do nothing. Hey, but yeah, you see so many breeds that started out allowing ridiculousness in the beginning, and kind of just going for money and not really bettering the dogs first, right? If you don't better the dogs first, you're gonna end up with a bad product. See, he's all right. He's okay. I always use the analogy that no matter what McDonald's does, Soma go. no matter what McDonald's does, they could start selling lobster tomorrow. But if they stop selling hamburgers, you'll stop going. No, you'll stop going. And they know that. They started on hamburgers, they're gonna end on hamburgers. And the same thing kind of goes in breeding. If you start out with some bullshit, then that bullshit will always be there, whether it's bad business practices or bad breeding, lying. Well, lying is bad business, but you start that way, it's going to be super tough to get out from underneath that. That's your foundation. It's going to be super tough to get out from under your foundation. So start with a good foundation, and I started with breeding great performing dogs. And now, in order to keep that going, in order to keep the dogs honest, like I said, every breed goes through some ridiculousness over time, or and it needs to be restructured. But if you start out great, you have a good chance of ending great. And so I want to start out with a great breed community. And then the prices can kind of reflect what the dogs really are and all of the work that go into there. But as of right now, I just want to find great people for my dogs, and there are great people who can't afford to spend $5,000 on a dog. There are great dog owners who can't afford to spend $1,000 on a dog. The reason, one of the reasons why I created Moon is because, one, people with great dogs that were like her, they weren't fucking with me. They wouldn't. It was tough for me to get a dog. But two, I had the, whether I had the money or not, I didn't want to go spend $3,000. $5,000 on a dog. I didn't want to spend $1,000 on a dog at that time, even though I myself was a breeder. So I just, I created my own, and that's why. I know a lot of people see how all the things that these dogs do, and if you watch these videos, everything it took for me to get here, starting from Moon. I didn't really have YouTube or Instagram back in my pit bull days, or my American Bulldog days. I didn't much use either of those things, but you see all it took to get these dogs, and then you see all the things that these dogs bring to the game, to life, and you might wonder, well, why are the puppies not thousands of dollars? And the reason is, I'm trying to start a good breed community. I'm trying to find the best people, and it's not necessarily all about that right now. It is just about putting these amazing dogs into some amazing hands. A lot of great dogs have gone to bad hands, and it ruined the dog. The dogs who are great, the dogs that you heard about who are great, who performed great in whatever it was that they did. I'm not talking about dogs who just looked good. I'm talking about dogs who performed great in whatever it was that they're doing. Whoever owned those dogs put their work in. You didn't hear about their brother or sister because that person who bought their brother or sister didn't put the work in. And when you did, it's because that the community for that family of dogs was a good community. So again, that's what I want to do. That's what's more important to me now in these next few litters, is building the breed community, and then the community can set the price. You know what I'm saying? Y'all get a puppy out of this litter or the next litter or the next litter, and y'all like, yo, these dogs are crazy. We don't want them going to just anywhere. We want to start charging, whatever. But yeah, that is the plan for the next few litters. So for people who are interested in getting the puppies, again, my puppies are not cheap. They're not expensive to me, as far as I'm concerned, as far as what I think is expensive. But if you are the right person, if you think you're the right person, again, I like active homes. I like active family homes, not just family homes, active family homes. And I like dog people who kind of want their dog to really be a dog. So if that's you and you're not looking to spend thousands of dollars, holler at me.